about the indigenous population. They never do. It's all about them and their wealth, their riches, their exploitation, their upliftment, their expansion of their empires. That's all they were interested in. So now, when the Garinagu needed the support of the same French that they had assisted, the French were like, well, no, we are not helping you because we've already come to an agreement with the British. That's essentially what happened to us. So now we were on our own as it related to our battle with the British for St. Vincent. So there were numerous battles between the British and the Garinagu. And one of the images, I posted pictures when I talked about Survival Day on my Facebook account. At Fort Charlotte, which is a place you can visit in St. Vincent, in Urume, the cannons point inland. And the cannons point inland because usually a fort would have been set up to defend a territory. So the cannons would be pointed outwards because you would be expecting your enemy to be coming at you from outside, from elsewhere. But the British were the ones who were the enemy, and they were invading St. Vincent, Urume, our homeland, the homeland of Garinagu. So they had this fort established and the cannons pointed inland. The cannons point inland and the cannons pointed inland. Inland to where Garinagu occupied, Garifuna lands. The cannons were pointed toward Garifuna lands, essentially, because the British were the enemy of the Garinagu. The British wanted to get rid of the Garinagu. Alright? And so that is what you see when you visit St. Vincent. If you go to Fort Charlotte, that's what you would see there.
So, not like this piece here that you'll find in the Port of No Return, where the cannons point toward the sea. So who was the enemy that the Portuguese and later the Dutch found coming at them toward the sea? Cannons are not pointed inland toward the enemies, the so-called West African slaves, but they were pointed outward. Think about it.
Monique Ross and Jacques Wallace are here from New York.
It's a little devastating at first, but it's good to know the history of what has happened and how to kind of connect, your historical past with things that has happened.
U.S. President Barack Obama made the emotional pilgrimage in 2009, and Blankson was his guide. What was his reaction to what you told him?
Surprise, shocked, sad, and also motivated.
Motivated?
Yes, because if blacks survived the ordeals they went through this, then it's a survival for human beings. It shows that we have a high survival instinct, and that has gone to help rejuvenate the town, the community.
That this castle of death could now be a lifeline for Cape Coast is no small irony. The American poet Maya Angelou writes that it is a historical truth. No man can know where he's going unless he knows exactly where he's been. On CNN, Cape Coast, Ghana.
All right? So we were constantly fighting the British. And there were 2 years known as the Carib Wars took place. And what happened during that time is when Joseph Chatier, our paramount chief, he was murdered. The fighting still continued. We didn't stop fighting. We continued to fight. But this is how the British were able to get us to surrender. They would go after us at our communities. We would be in hiding. And so what they would do is destroy our crops. Now, anybody who knows anything about warfare and battles and defending territory and so on, know that you can't fight war if you're starving. You have to have sustenance. We can't survive without food. But the more and more the British attacked our communities, even though they were not able to capture us easily, they were destroying our food supply. it made it more and more difficult for our ancestors to continue or keep up the battle as strong as they were in the beginning. And this is what led to the eventual surrender of over 5,000 Garinagu into the hands of the British.